Hello all, I'm Eunjeong Park from Suncheon National University. The title of my presentation is Preservice Teachers Flourishing and Teacher Resilience Through Online Mentoring. In this presentation, let me begin with background and continue with methodology, some preliminary findings, discussions, and I will end with conclusion and implications for research pedagogy. Some of you may not have heard the term flourishing before. In fact, flourishing appeared in the field of health, and Curry Keyes is the scholar who advocates flourishing in terms of mental health. Dr. Keyes made different dimensions from languishing to flourishing in mental health. In this paper, however, I will discuss flourishing part only. According to Keyes, flourishing refers to the experience of feeling good and functioning psychologically and socially well with positive emotions. And also, Keyes added a state of experiencing fulfillment and self-actualization for positive mental health. Seligman and Csikszentmihalyi also define flourishing as a state where humans experience positive emotions and positive social functioning, and where they can thrive in the face of traumatic events. Look at this family tree of mental health by Keyes. Keyes' categorization is the threshold for my study. Keyes categorized two different parts, positive functioning and positive feeling. In particular, I focused on psychological well-being in the scope of positive functioning. According to Keyes, factors of psychological well-being include self-acceptance, positive relations with others, personal growth, purpose in life, environmental mastery, and autonomy. Before moving on, I'd like to address why the term flourishing was special to me. As we all experienced COVID-19 for almost 3 years, I found that, including myself, our lives were somewhat devastated. Some got infected and hurt, and some had a lot of difficulty in their lives. In this regard, I saw my college students who are Preservice teachers and wanted them to be positive and have some purposes for life. I really wanted to see some positivity through Preservice teachers' activities or their teaching practice and learning practice. In a similar vein, resilience was another topic that I'd like to see through Preservice teachers' activities. Resilience is about sustained growth as a result of a healthy response to stressful situations. Well, Wright et al.'s definition is somewhat broad. So I found Ungar's definition of teacher resilience. According to Ungar, teacher resilience is a set of behaviors over time that reflect the interactions between individuals and their environments. Teacher resilience includes some characteristics. Let me show you more specifics of the characteristics. So here are two different dimensions, individual and environmental dimensions of teacher resilience. Individual factors of resilience include self-efficacy, confidence, motivation, and coping strategies. Environmental factors of resilience include mentoring and relationships. In brief, it can be said that individual factors are more related to inner self, while environmental factors of resilience occur through mentoring and relationship with the students and other colleagues. So far, we saw brief literature of flourishing and teacher resilience. Then, I'm going to describe my small study. This research was conducted in a medium-sized national university in the southern part of South Korea. To describe more specifics, we had mentoring programs in the entire College of Education. The College of Education includes several departments such as Korean education, math, science, social studies, etc. For this study, however, we looked at 23 Korean EFL Preservice teachers who majored in English education. They were sophomores and juniors. Data sources include semi-structured interviews, e-survey questionnaire, mostly open-ended questions, and mentoring session recordings. Mentoring session recordings were included to see whether the Preservice teachers showed flourishing moments and teacher resilience while mentoring their students. Because most data sources are text-based, direct content analysis and thematic analysis were used to see any significant recurring themes and events. Let's dig in some preliminary findings. The first one is about flourishing. Flourishing components appeared in EFL Preserve teachers in this study. So I think online mentoring is the very adequate form for accomplishing flourishing for EFL Preserve teachers. Among the 6 factors of psychological well-being, 4 components, self-acceptance, positive relations, personal growth, and purpose in life, emerged from the analysis. The first component of flourishing was self-acceptance. Self-acceptance involves self-recognition and self-confidence according to Keys. So here are some documents. PST1 said in the interview, I wanted to showcase my entire mentoring process by expressing my motivation for participation. Pre-service teacher 3 also mentioned I had opportunity to reflect on myself regarding teaching and learning. So it shows that they self-recognized and became confident in their teaching. The second component was positive relationship with others. This positive relationship is closely related to rapport. In fact, many Preserve teachers addressed positive relations with their mentees. So you can see these documents. Many Preserve teachers addressed good relationships with their mentees. PST3 mentioned, meeting the student itself was healing for me. And also the positivity made me happy and lively. So we can see that they had good and positive relations by establishing some rapport. Third component was personal growth. Personal growth refers to feelings that they achieve something desired through the course of the mentoring programs. And from the interview, I saw this personal growth, of course. So one student mentioned, I felt like fulfillment by performing this mentoring program. And PST1 mentioned, I contributed to the community. So this statement indicates that he or she grew personally by contributing to the community. In fact, personal growth also connected to application, which refers to applying knowledge or skills to the mentoring programs. And one case was found, such as this. Okay, last component that I found was purpose in life. Purpose in life is related to future career. Their future career that they desire for is to become English teachers in secondary schools. So they connected this mentoring experience to prospective career. Well, one example is shown like this. It's worthwhile to become an English teacher and have more desires to become an English teacher. All right, let's move on to the second theme of teacher resilience in EFL Preserve teachers. As I explained before, teacher resilience includes two different categories, individual and environmental. And as you see this, I found three different components: self-efficacy and confidence, like as individual factors, and relationship as an environmental factors. Self-efficacy refers to an individual's belief in their capacity to act in the ways necessary to reach specific goals. So, very interestingly, some students thought about their efficacy. So here, PST7 stated, I felt some self-efficacy by implementing the mentoring program. And also, he or she mentioned, I feel like I'm a capable English teacher. Another case is quite similar, and we can see that PST4 said he or she knew that the structure of the sessions very well. Second component as in an individual factor was confidence. Confidence is a feeling of self-assurance arising from one's appreciation of one's own abilities or qualities. And I just looked at the word confidence or confident. And then PST11 mentioned I got confident and proud of myself throughout the entire mentoring process. The last component of teacher resilience was relationship with students as an environmental factor. As expected, there are many Preserve teachers also addressed the relationship with the students, and this time I highlighted the relationships in the documents. As we saw in Flourishing, relationship issues frequently occurred in the data. Although a positive relationship between mentor and mentee may be apparent, it should be noted that reciprocal and mutually supportive relationships are essential to developing teacher resilience. Furthermore, a potential area to explore in depth is teacher resilience in mentoring or other educational and instructional activities. So I want to share what I thought from this small study. First, online mentoring can be a proactive means of supporting Preservice teachers in case they meet obstacles and challenges in the demanding field of education. Many participants describe their relationship with the mentees as rapport building, signifying meaningfulness and societal membership. Mentoring programs genuinely promoted flourishing by highlighting a multitude of contextual needs. Secondly, online mentoring empowers Preserve teachers with the teacher resilience. Teacher resilience is connected to the players' roles, the interplay between them, and contextual features. Flores reported that the changing process of teachers' attitude and practices is complex, depending on the relationships between the individuals and the contextual factors. Therefore, individual teachers should display resilience differently, depending on their scope of experience, their professional lives, and their working conditions. The confidence and self-efficacy that Preserve teachers can experience lead to developing greater persistence. This study showed that the outcome of the mentoring process developed and increased levels of motivation and commitment to teaching. As of conclusion, this study revealed English Preserve teachers experience several components of flourishing, such as self-acceptance, positive relationships, personal growth, and purpose in life. Furthermore, teacher resilience developed from interacting with mentees. This study opens the door to relatively new ground, such as flourishing and teacher resilience, that should continue to expand the field of English language education and teacher education. I would like to also address some implications. Conceptualizing teacher resilience still has a long way to go because it is a multidimensional and intricate construct, as evident from this study and in the literature. However, it is obvious that further clarification of the concept and definition of teacher resilience may be necessary from future research. Further studies involving of students in other higher education contexts would provide wider and deeper insights into the phenomena of flourishing and teacher resilience. Longitudinal studies might also be of significance because they could explore experiences of flourishing and teacher resilience over time and throughout college life connected to prospective careers and could help us understand the experiences flourishing over time within changing contexts. This would also allow researchers to identify meaning, pathways, changes, and interpretive stances over the course of life. It would be also informative to explore flourishing and resilience from cross-cultural perspectives, because few studies from Asian and Eastern cultures were identified. Here are some selective references. Thank you for your listening.